Hey, how's it going? And welcome to Whisky Wins with me, Stuart. Yes, today we're in a different location. We're in my garage, as my mum and dad are still in the house. But good news is they've got their passports, and yeah, they're going back to Spain. Which is good news because that's where they want to live, and not because I want rid of them or anything. But yeah, we're in a new location. The camera's a little bit closer, so hopefully I've not got anything hanging from my nose or any gunk in my eye. Anyhow, we've got today Error 502 from Thompson Bros, which is an Orkney distillery, filled in 2008, bottled in 2022. It's 14-year-old, it was an octave cask, 57% ABV, 81 bottles, and non-chill filtered, no added colouring. So it was a bottle that we split amongst the TAIBS or TAIBS members, which is TAPSAF International Bottle Split, and it was £65, £10 for delivery, so I had a few bottles waiting for me, and each member got a 100ml sample for a tenner each. So yeah, we'll get down to the nose, the palate, and the finish. We'll see if it's a Whisky Win or a Whisky Bin. I do have some water here, just to add to it, because I think I will need a little bit of water. But we'll start with the nose anyway, and see how that fares. So straight away I feel like I'm in a kind of wet forest with damp moss kicking about. A little floral element to stick with that forest, quite a kind of, I don't know, I'm thinking of like a fairy enchanted forest with what are those is it is it lilies that go in the water, or lily pads, but those flowers that come out of the water, they're quite nice flowers, quite nice to look at, quite pretty, and then obviously you've got the water, those wet leaves, wet lily pads that frogs in the movies sit on. So yeah, whatever that is, this is what this is taking me to, and this is what this smells like. There's a significant, like Bundaberg cake or is it marzipan, that kind of pink and white cake with the checkered squares or whatever it is. I think it's Bundaberg, or it's Bundaberg more the drink, the alcohol. Anyway, that cake, I think you know what I mean, hopefully. It's quite a nice nose. There's a little bit of kind of leather, some Cuban cigars, or just cigars in general. I don't know why I'm saying Cuban, I'm trying to be specific. A little bit of roasted almonds. It's a really nice nose, quite perfumey, but I think that's maybe the ABV. I'm just trying to see if the bottle actually says, I don't know if you had a good look at the bottle, but I'm trying to see if the bottle says anything on it. Nah, it's just got more of a description about Thompson Bros and Dornoch Distillery. A little blue cheese. Yeah, something cheesy, a little, like, not mouldy, not off, but like, yeah, blue cheese. Well, I suppose blue cheese is mouldy and off, but yeah, blue cheese, that very pungent. We know what it smells like. It's really nice. Maybe some heather, once again, to tie in with that kind of enchanted forest, with the river, the lily pads. Yeah, a lovely nose. We'll try the palate without water at first, and then I'll add some water. Quite a waxy mouthfeel. I don't know where that waxiness is coming from, but a really nice mouthfeel. There's, I want to say something like burnt sultanas, or yeah, burnt sultanas. I don't know if I've ever had burnt sultanas, but almost like if you were to get a kind of a fruit pudding, or a sticky toffee pudding, or something that's got fruits in it, and they've kind of baked to the oven tray or the baking tray, and they've burnt a little bit, a little bitter, but still sticky, and a little sweet, glazy. Yeah, quite fantastic, quite immersive, if you will. There's a subtle smoke here, very tame, There's, I want to say, something like sandalwood or birchwood or something like that. Some sort of kind of, yeah, wood. I might add a little bit of water to it just to see if it opens up. So I've got this fire hydrant. It's not actually a fire hydrant, it's just a water bottle, but it's made to look like a fire hydrant. So I've put some water in, and we'll see how that opens up. I've got some notes from the palate without water, but I feel like it could probably benefit with water. Possibly some green tea opening up there with the addition of water. I feel like maybe some dates or something like that to go along with the sultanas from earlier. I wasn't sure what this was actually matured in. It says octave, but the colour's very light. I feel like it's bourbon, but obviously being octave, I'm sure octave's more aligned with sherry casks. So it's maybe been, it says cask type octave, but it's maybe been finished. I'm not entirely sure, I didn't actually look up on it, but it's maybe finished in like a sherry or something, because there's those dates, sultanas, but they're not as prominent as like a fully matured whiskey and sherry. So maybe we do have just a finish here. I'd need to look it up. What else do we get in the palate? Yeah, warm banana loaf, and I want to say something like fruity. Some sort of fruity jelly beans. Maybe some. We were just recently at Harry Potter World, and they've got those. Is it Bertie Bott's all flavoured beans or every flavoured beans, where they've got like vomit in them. They've got earwax, bogies. But what I wanted to relate it to was that they've got cinnamon jelly beans in it. They've got banana jelly beans. They've got like blueberry in that, green apple. So I'd probably say out of them we're getting like green apple jelly beans, cinnamon jelly beans, and banana jelly beans or something like that. That kind of artificially sweet flavour. That's all I can probably think too, just because it's been so recently in my mind. That's what I'm linking this to. Definitely jelly beans, like quite sweet, sticky again, and almost kind of artificial, but a really nice palate. The nose for me has been the best part of this whiskey so far, but we'll see how the finish goes after the palate. It's a long palate, even with the water. It's slightly drying, but it's manageable. It's not too drying, vanilla pods or something. But yeah, definitely long. There's lingering smoke, still not too overpowering or overbearing or anything. Just a nice enough amount of smoke. I wouldn't say there's much peat, not that I can pick up on. I don't think it's like earthy or anything like that, or medicinal. I don't think there's any of that kind of peat. I just think it's quite a kind of normal, kind of dry smoke. So nothing too smoky, nothing campfire like, but just a normal, like a typical smoke. I don't know what that would be. But anyway, that's definitely the review. Yeah, I think that's all I've got to say. So the way I rate my whiskey, if you're new here, is on three things. Would I buy it again? Would I recommend it? And do I think it's worth it? So it's £65 for a 14-year-old whiskey, non-chill filtered, no added colouring, 57% ABV, so all cask strength, all good stuff, and you get a lot of information on there. I'd say that this is definitely worth it at that price, and the experience you're getting from the whiskey itself. It's a nice whiskey. It's quite an enjoyable whiskey. When I first opened it, I wasn't too sure, but this happens to me a lot when I first open whiskies. It throws me off, but really enjoyed it since it's been opened and allowed to oxidise a little bit. Would I recommend it? Yeah, definitely. If you can try it, there's only 80, how many did I say? There's only 81 bottles, so if you can get your hands on it, if someone's got a sample of it or something to give you, I've not got much left now, so I don't think I'll be able to offer anything, but I would say try it. It's one to try, and if it is Highland Park, I'm not sure if it is or not. I'm not too clued up in Highland Park, but if it is Highland Park, it's a nice Highland Park, and if it's a Scapa, it's a different Scapa. To me, it didn't taste like Scapa, it tastes closer to Highland Park, but it's a good example, if it is, of what Highland Park can be, because I don't think this is Scapa. So yeah, I'd recommend it. I think it's worth it. And would I buy it again? I think I would actually. It's quite interesting, quite unique in the sense that, like I said, I don't drink a lot of Highland Park. I don't drink a lot of Orkney whiskey in general. The last Scapa I had was Skinning, and I've not bought a Scapa since. So for me, I would buy it again. It's interesting, and I feel like I could have, although I've had 100ml of it, and 100ml is a lot. Being greedy, I feel like I would like a full bottle of it to properly get to know. But yeah, other than that, it's a whiskey win for sure. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I hope it's been visually okay, due to the vicinity of how close we are, and obviously the background's a bit cluttered, and I'm just hoping that doesn't take away from anything, my beautiful face. But anyway, thanks for watching. I've been Stuart, this has been Whisky Whims. I'll see you later.